it appears I have been tagged. I've been tagged by Lord Vega, who has just completed a blind walkthrough of Silent Hill, and he is now doing a blind walkthrough let's play rather of Silent Hill 2, and he apparently plans on doing 3 next. He's doing them really well, and it's nice to see the game through somebody's eyes who's never heard or seen anything about them, because you kind of forget the little shocks and the little ridiculousness and the just off the wall craziness that's in those games after you've beaten them and play through them again. But he's kind of making me re-see the games after having beaten them a couple times, so really good. Check it out. Also, another brief little thing. I had video problems because the old laptop died. Well, I've been struggling to fix that. My new editing software, Pinnacle Studio 10, is a huge piece of shit. It can't open Fraps videos, nor can it combine multiple videos into one movie and create a new video. It always crashes. So I had to work around to where I can get a fresh install of Windows on my home desktop, so I can get Service Pack 2, so I can get Windows Movie Maker, so I can edit videos again. And so that's what I've done. And you should see some vampire videos tomorrow. But anyways, onto the tagging things. The idea is I have to provide 5 facts and then tag 5 people. It's kind of like a chain letter. And it's probably the only chain letter type thing that I will ever participate in. So on we go. 5 facts. First fact was actually provided to me from Lord Vega when he tagged me. It is, how do you pronounce my username? Because he did it wrong. So very, very wrong. I'm picking on you, Vega. What happened is the name is actually Greek. So most people don't know how to pronounce it properly because they try to pronounce it like it's English, which would make it Chiron or Chiron or Chiron or Chiron, something like that. It is none of those things. It is actually Chiron. So it's DarkChiron because it's Greek. And the story behind that is whenever I started first doing online gaming, I started out with a MUD, which is a text-only MMO, pretty much. And the game I started out with was Medivia. It was actually one that actually gained a lot of popularity. I don't know if people still play it that much, but back in the day it was very, very popular, and it actually had ads in actual gaming magazines, and it ran purely on donations. But the big thing for them was you could not have names that were copyrighted or from fiction. So I wanted to use Chiron, who is, in Greek mythology, the centaur who trained mostly all of the great heroes in Greek mythology, like Hercules, and I used to know Greek mythology really well. Hercules and the heroes from the Iliad and the Odyssey, I believe. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Achilles, he trained Achilles, that's what I was trying to think of. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But anyways, so I wanted to establish that with my character. My character was supposed to be a wise person. It was a role-playing game, so I wanted to kind of role-play a little bit. So I spelled it with a Y instead of an I. And I didn't find out till many, I guess years later, actually, that a Chiron with a Y is actually a thing that is used in the television industry for editing video and various things like that. So I decided to change it back to an I because I don't really play Medivia anymore. But I've used the name for everything. My first D&D character was named Chiron. Some of my first characters for EverQuest in World of Warcraft were named that. And of course I named all of my big important stuff that I have to remember after that name, the DarkChiron. I think I added the Dark because Chiron was taken on one place, and I started using Dark for everything. No big reason, just a little bit of backstory, I guess, for the name. It's DarkChiron because it's Greek. All right. Another fact. My job, which is really odd. I went to college and got a bachelor's in physics. So I went looking for jobs in the field, and I got one in a place that does physics research. However, my only jobs thus far, since I've been a student and since I've graduated and gotten a job there, has been computer programming. I have no CS classes at all, and all of my programming experience is self-taught. So it should maybe make you a little bit nervous now to realize that I am now writing programs for the Department of Homeland Security. Fairly important ones, too. I'm not going to say which per se, but yes, I am programming for them. I am completely self-taught, and if that makes you feel nervous, I wouldn't blame you. But I promise you, I do know what I'm doing most of the time. And I've thus far done a very good job, and we should be commercializing something soon. And if we ever do, I'll tell you guys if any of you actually ever care. Alright, fact number 3. I am, in real life, an incredibly shy person. Not as much as I have been in the past. In the past, when I was still going to school, I was really bad, but now I will actually talk to people. And I record myself speaking, obviously. I'm not sure why, but I'm much more open on the internet in all formats, text, speaking, all that. I think it's because I'm never actually going to see any of you people, more than likely, and not having a face-to-face conversation makes it a lot easier to speak and divulge information about myself, I guess, because, you know, you're a bunch of nameless, faceless people out on the internet for the most part. And it doesn't make me as nervous to speak about that to people who, you know, are not going to ever see me, I guess. That's all I can explain it. Alright, fourth fact, I guess. It kind of ties into the shyness aspect of myself. If I am to believe my parents, which I am inclined to because they have no reason to lie about this, I did not begin speaking as a child until I was 2. And only because something really... I had a really bad allergic reaction to something, and they had to put me in ice water. So I told them I was cold, you know, in as good of a terms as a 2-year-old can. But apparently that was one of the first things I ever said. You know, there's of course the dad or mom or whatever, but my first actual speaking to them and talking to them in any way was apparently when I was 2. So I'm not sure why that happened, but it's just how I developed, I guess, and I was a very, very late speaker. But there you go. Maybe it's because I was shy. I don't know. Their theory is that up until that point, I didn't have anything that I felt was important to tell them, which, you know, fair enough. I generally work that way now, so maybe I worked that way then. Who knows? Number 5, fact 5. Since I'm running out of time, I have next to no sense of smell. Yeah, most of the time, people ask me if I smell something, and I will not even slightly. The smell has to be very strong until I can actually take it in and smell it. Again, I have no idea why I haven't gone to a doctor or talked to anybody about it, because obviously it's not a huge problem. I can still smell things that will be dangerous for me because they have to smell. I'll cut that out. They have to smell really strong to be dangerous. So, thus far, I haven't had too much problem with it. But like the smell of food, I usually can't tell. The one that really affects is the smell of trash. I can't smell the trash very well, so since it's my job to take it out, that tends to get a little hairy now and then. But anyways, but that's 5 facts. I don't know what else to say really. I think that's about it, and my time's about out anyway. So now to the tagging part. I just picked 5 people that I thought of off the top of my head for various reasons. So we'll get to it. Funny Dr. Cox. He is a guy who I speak to quite frequently when I'm actually on chat things to talk. and he's a good guy. He's a little eccentric, and his videos are highly odd, but he's a really good guy, and I think he would actually do this 5 facts thing if he hasn't already. But I am interested in seeing what 5 facts he would divulge. They should be really interesting to watch, actually. Second, I'll tag Lord Sunga. I've talked about him before. He does Let's Plays, and he does them really well, though he hasn't for a while, and I don't know why. Next, I'll tag Zelger. He also does Let's Plays. He's doing Resident Evil 4, doing it fairly well because he actually knows what he's doing. 4, I tag Halo2994. He's a real-life friend of mine from high school, and he does gaming reviews. Very good.